Episode 2 time, I see. Hopefully things get better. We open up with Crow and Robin in prison.
This is your fault. You realize that.
Me? I am a victim. I'll admit I was duped. Used.
Actually, it isn't. You were the one who attacked Clover and allowed Tyrion to escape and kill Clover, with the help of Crow, of course. Evil Richmond is only guilty of voter fraud, you terrorist scum. And he's not exactly wrong in saying he was tricked. And are we seriously shipping Crow with this vile, repugnant creature?
Snake with a mustache who helped that man tear us all apart.
Actually, it was the Moronics and Cinder that drove you all apart, but I'm not going to put her on blast for that. She doesn't know what those traitors did to our brave comrade. Actually, you could trace it all back to the way Raven decided to kill Cinder, in the most retarded way possible. But I digress. Arthur is taken away and Crow wants to kill Ironwood for putting them in there, even though it was Robin who attacked Clover first, then you attacked Clover for defending himself, Tyrion escaped, then Clover went full retard and attacked you while you were fighting Tyrion, then you teamed up with Tyrion and broke Clover's aura, which allowed Tyrion to kill Clover and frame you. Comrade Ironwood had nothing to do with it. There's a newscaster reporting the situation when one of the happy Tismtards tells Mantle to show their teeth, and that they haven't given up on them.
General Ironwood has abandoned you, but we have not.
Well, fuck. If that's the case, then just glass the city now and start from scratch. It's a better option than letting these anal breathers try and save it. They couldn't save Halloween candy from Movie Bob. Yang and the others find some hover bikes Pietro made, and not gonna lie, the good majority of this episode is primarily filler. We have Ren cloaking people as they're being escorted except himself and his team, because shut up. Oscar and Oz have a conversation that on paper is pretty decent, that he's mad that he came back because he was starting to feel like part of the team, that he doesn't want to fuse with Oz, which is certainly understandable, but because this is RWBY, and RWBY is stupid, there is a huge glaring flaw. What reason is there for us to care about when their souls fuse? I ask this because Oscar, to my recollection, doesn't have any goal or dream that would be ruined by this. What does Oscar want? A farm of his own? To have a family? Preferably not with RWBY? Become a politician and bring change to Remnant? Maybe become a respected hero? But there's nothing, at least nothing that I can remember, so it loses a sizable amount of meaning. We get a bit more interactions with the happy Tismtards, but we already have a bloated, underdeveloped cast as it is, and hold on, is that a stove? So they do exist! You're telling me not one person in this godforsaken city doesn't have one to keep warm. This city deserves to be destroyed. Yang and the others are sent to take care of some Grimm. After killing one, they see 3 coming at them, and they bolt. Then they all just stand around as Oscar is attacked by the Grimm that was established last episode, which I forgot to mention for some reason. And I mean it, they all watch as Oscar is just savaged by it. You're all terrible people. The Grimm begins to mutate into a more humanoid form, and they still don't try to attack it until it begins using Oscar as a shield. And even then, they don't attack it all at once or from multiple angles. They just attack it one at a time because they're all retarded. However, this is a big-brained Grimm, and being a big-brained Grimm means you can talk. And given this is a super big brain Grimm with an amorphous mass, I'm going to call it Bob. Also, Salem, why didn't you bust these things out sooner? Christ, you're stupid. So Bob then sprouts wings and everyone just stares at him. Apparently a Grimm talking is like watching Great Cthulhu break free from his sarcophagus as Raleigh rises from the depths. So they don't try to attack him and let Bob run off with Oscar. This episode is what we in the business call a filler sandwich. You have the bread, which is stale, but still edible, and then a bunch of barely palatable filler. Sorry if this one was short and not as good as the last one, but fuck, this one was boring. Also, depending on if I can find episode 3 on one of my, islands, there might not be an episode review until the week after. Until then, folks.